Hey guys, my name is Haley, and today we're going to be doing a video I haven't done in, I don't think, years, and that is a currently read. I used to do these all the time back before I took my super long booktube break of like almost 2 years, and I've been wanting to get back into it, and honestly, filming has not happened in the last 2 weeks, so I apologize for the gap in the videos, but I'm in a like super big reading mood this weekend. I had a really rough week at work. I'm really done with all of the like issues going on in the United States right now. And so I was like, I have not had the chance to do all of the reading I've wanted to do for Black History Month, and I'm taking advantage of my 3 days off to do that. So I'm gonna jump right into it. Of books I've like just finished because it's going to affect how I go forward, and then a couple books I want to get to before the end of the month, which I believe is on Friday, and I work most of next week, so we're gonna try and get all of these done before the end of February. One of them is actually right here. I just finished this one this morning, and that's Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I had several people, I brought this to work to read on my breaks, and several people go, "Oh my god, is that your first Kennedy Ryan?" And I work in childcare, so like a lot of them are like romance and smut readers, which is always funny to me when they come in with like a romance cover that doesn't look like smut, but I know is smut because I'm so involved in the book sphere. And I'm like, I see you working over there in the infant room and reading smut, and I respect it. But I had a lot of people ask me about this one, so I was like, yes, it is my first Kennedy Ryan. I was obsessed with it. I finished it this morning, and I literally spent the rest of the day. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock right now. Spent the whole rest of the day reading the second one, which is This Could Be Us. I cannot wait for this third book because I love the second one so much, but you'll hear me talk about those two a lot more in my wrap up. But yes, as far as currently reading goes, I just finished both of those. And next up, I have Real on my Kindle. It's the Kennedy Ryan I've always wanted to read. Everybody told me to read it on audio, but I think I'm just going to read it on Kindle, and if I love it, I will just reread it on audio because that's an option. So, very obsessed with Kennedy Ryan right now, and I'm kicking myself for not having picked her up before. And then next up, I just pulled some of the shorter books off of I have two shelves over on that side of the room of books by Black authors that I've had up the whole month for Black History Month, and I just pulled some of the shorter ones to try to binge through this weekend. The first one is Even When Your Voice Shakes by Ruby Yaragoka. If I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. I know this has a lot of trigger warnings for rape scenes and such, and I believe I picked this up at a library book sale or some sort of book sale. I've been to a lot of them. If you want a book haul, let me know in the comments, because if I do, it's literally probably going to be an hour long, and it's not going to be the traditional I hold up every book I got, because the sheer amount of books I have gotten in the last 2-3 months, especially since the new year because of the current administration, has been a lot. So it's going to be me literally like walking around my room and showing you, oh, this one's new, oh, this one's new. And there's also a lot more nonfiction, which I haven't read in most recent years. So if you want a book haul, let me know. But I have this one on the docket, I think next, if I don't get sucked into Real. That's also a possibility. And then I have two Toni Morrisons. I own Sula and Beloved. If you have an opinion on which one I should read first, please let me know, because I haven't decided yet. I'm leaning towards Sula just because it's shorter and I want to get through as many things as possible this weekend. And obviously, Toni Morrison is like very well beloved. Oh, I should have also grabbed that. I also have Parable of the Sower up there, but I know that book's going to destroy me and make me so angry with this current state of the United States. So we'll see if that happens. And then last up on the current TBR, obviously I have 700 things I want to read before the end of the week, and all of that is not going to happen, but I'm sure well gonna try. And the last one I have is Copper Sun by Sharon M. Draper. Sharon Draper is a author I've been reading since middle school, and I thought she was like a really well-known author because my library in middle school, like the old man that ran that library, was like the most helpful librarian I've ever had in my entire life, and I read my way through like pretty much our entire library. It wasn't very big. And my school library had like all of Sharon Draper's books. So I read like a decent amount of them. My favorite were I have them, but I'm not going to go get them. I had the Tears of a Tiger trilogy. I want to make a video talking about those books because I feel like nobody knows about them. But anyway, I read another one of her books earlier this month. It's also over here. Hold on. I read Fire from the Rock and annotated the absolute crap out of it, and it made me sob. So I got another one of her books from, again, one of the 1,000 book sales I've been to in the last couple of months, and this is the next one on my TBR because I have read the Tears of a Tiger trilogy and I don't own the third one yet. I've been looking for it in my used book buying, but I want to get to Copper Sun because that is the next one I own physically of hers, but my goal is to read all of her books because, again, been reading her since middle school, and I also have been wanting to make a video about, make very topical one called Books That Radicalized Me, and that would, like, Sharon Draper's books would definitely be on that list because I feel like I learned so much about things and, like, racism and such at a very young age because I was reading her books so regularly. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The reason I thought she was a popular author is because I recently discovered she's from Ohio, which, if you don't know, that's where I live. And she's a local author and has like won so many awards. And I had no idea, even though I'd been reading her most of my life, which I thought was crazy. Another one of my favorite books of hers is Out of My Mind. I want to read the rest of this series too because I heard she turned into a series and I had no idea because Out of My Mind has been one of my favorite books for the longest time. It is such an inclusive book for kids with disabilities, and I beg of everyone and their mother to read this if you've never heard of it. Highly recommend. Let's see, what else do I have? I have a couple of graphic novels. Maybe I'll grab those because those would be easy to get through this weekend too, alongside my like 4 actual novels. So most likely for this weekend, I have the entire March trilogy about John Lewis, who is a big person in the civil rights movement, and I own, oof, smacking myself with books. I own all 3 of those, so I could definitely knock those out easily in one of the days this weekend. And the ones that are not necessarily for Black History Month, but I have been wanting to get to, is I want to read Maus, which, if you don't know, the cover probably tells you what this is about, because I've never read them. And it was one of the first things I had to get my hands on as soon as the new administration rolled in, for several reasons that I'm probably going to talk about in another video. And then I also have American Cult, which is also a graphic novel about someone you might guess who is being represented here. Also a book I ran to get a copy of before book bans happen more aggressively, as I like to say. But yes, those are all the things I'm currently reading. Again, I think I'm probably going to get to either Real, When Your Voice Shakes, or Copper Sun. And then hopefully also get to the Toni Morrisons this weekend. I feel like those are most likely. And then hopefully spend an hour or 2 reading March. But yeah, that is my incredibly ambitious TBR for the 2 days I have left of my weekend. Let me know if, number one, if you want a book haul in the comments, please let me know down below, because I know book hauls always do well on my channel. I assume they do well on everybody's channel, but again, I have gotten so many books, both from like people, from book sales, from like thrift stores. Like, I have been stocking up on books, and especially books I wouldn't normally get, like history books is another whole thing that I've been on an endeavor for. So if you would like to see a book haul, please let me know. And not all of it is like nonfiction and history. I have also picked up quite a bit of fiction and had a few pre-orders and such come in. So let me know if you want a book haul, even if you just leave like the book stack emoji in the comments down below. I would appreciate it. I also keep meaning to make a sort of announcement video. Hey, my BookTube channel is not going to be completely about books anymore because I want to make a lot of like discussion videos. It's a thing I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I just have not had the mental capacity to like sit down and not script it, but like write down points I want to get to in the video, because I have been working a lot more at my job than I have been for the last several months, so I've been super busy with that. But if you would like discussion on the current administration and all of the absolute ridiculous chaos that is going on, I'm hoping to get to those too. So if you would like to see any of those videos, please leave the orange, the peach, whatever it is, leave that emoji in the comments down below. Or maybe a potato. If you get that reference, you're on the right side of the internet. But, yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys next time.